This week, we've got fresh announcements from MODUS with marine audio shipping soon. SOUNDSHIELD with a brand new solution product called Rapid. Memphis Audio unveiling a new line of limited edition gear. Boss Elite unveils a brand new and reimagined car audio range of products. And Nemesis Audio dropping a new small footprint amplifier range. This is CMA Live, all access, brought to you by SiriusXM and powered by the 12-volt dashboard. And it starts now. All right, guys, so you know when MODUS launched, man, there was real excitement. There was so much innovation, so much technology. What we're going to focus on today is a really important part of the plan, which was, of course, to deliver products into the marine audio segment. Joining me now is our man, Jason Digos from MODUS. So, marine audio, pretty exciting. I know you guys put a lot of focus on it, lots of products to talk about. What is the update today?
So Ben, we're super excited and we're so appreciative of everybody being really patient with us since we launched last year. But we're so happy to announce that now product will finally be shipping in March, starting with the marine product, just in time for marine season.
All right, Jay, so let's dig in here. This is a really cool display, first of all, but I get why you're doing it. You're trying to show off the different categories that we have. So let's start right here with the speaker system. Remind the folks, what exactly is the offering when it comes to speakers in marine audio?
So with speakers, we have an assortment of sizes, of course, in 6.5, 7.7, and 8.8. With the classic and also sport grills included, and also in 2 different colors. So really good power handling, of course, all marine rated, UV rated. So those are going to be available, in March.
Amazing, amazing. Of course, my eye keeps looking at this here. Of course, the amplifier lineup. Now, for those that don't know, there are 2 ranges of amplifiers when it comes to marine applications.
Yes.
So what are we looking at here, and what is the other model that we're...
So this is the Portale PTA 5700M. So this is actually going to be available also in March. This is our 5-channel entry-level marine amp, but it does have the patented ActEQ technology, which is that feedback loop that we talk about, where it actually has a protection circuit that monitors the difference between input and output audio signal, and if it detects any kind of distortion or clipping, that'll roll it back. The other amplifier that's actually powering the SS MODUS is our marine 8-channel amplifier with the current averaging technology and ActEQ. That's also going to be available in March.
Amazing. So both amplifiers, guys, including the high-tech one that's really cool, really little power draw, will both be available. And last but not least, we did mention head units. So what do we have for head units?
So head units, we're going to have the MX23, which is our midline, and then the MX12, which is our entry level. Both have party mode, multi-zone control, multi-preamp output, 6-channel amplifiers in. So really awesome to have these 2 starting to ship next month as well.
And last but not least, we can't see it at our level, but of course there's going to be subwoofers as well. Is that right?
Yes, marine subwoofer in the 10-inch will also be shipping. So we're going to have that available. That's going to be an infinite baffle 10. So, really flexible applications, especially in the marine world. So, yep, that'll be available next.
So really, guys, what we're talking about here is a complete suite solutions for anything marine, whether it be the speakers, whether it be the 2 different series of amplifiers. We've got some source units coming up, and of course, the subwoofers. What is the most exciting thing for you about this? Now that we're finally here, it's been an adventure, it's been a journey. So what is the feeling at Team MODUS right now?
Oh, I think it's just a feeling of even more excitement because we've all been working really hard, in product development, engineering, and just marketing. Really, we've been out there talking about it for so long. So it's finally time to get the product out on the street and on the boats and let people really experience what we've been experiencing for the last year.
All right. Well, last but not least, we mentioned this is new MODUS marine product going to be available in the month of March 2026. Where should people go to get more info?
Visit us at modusglobal.com, or hey, follow us on socials too, also at Modus Global.
Hey, Paul here with SiriusXM, and I'd like to talk to you about attachment selling and why the SiriusXM product is one of the best things to add, especially since we don't trade dollars with any other category. I could go through all of this, but let's hear what some of our dealers have to say.
It's an easy add-on that takes, 10, 15 minutes if we're running an antenna, 1 minute if we've got an adapter to plug it into the factory SiriusXM antenna, and it's extra money, so no brainer.
I present it to every customer because a lot of customers don't know what all they can do with Sirius. They don't know what all content they could have. It just makes too much sense not to sell it.
It creates a different customer loyalty and customer security when you explain to them why it's a better experience. Just gets them back in the door. And then the next car, they're already asking for it again. So it just keeps selling itself. It makes more sense.
Well, there you have it. You heard from our dealers. Just remember some of the best practices. Make sure you have one on display so you can demo it. Make sure you're taking advantage of our rewards program, because if you're not taking advantage of that, you're leaving even more money on the table. Make sure you got our POP up on display. And other than that, just make sure you're recommending it.
Now, when it comes to securing the optimum sound in any vehicle, obviously we all know that some type of sound damping material is required. Well, today we're talking about not just any sound damping material, but arguably the most popular sound deadening material, especially in the eyes of the installer. Of course, we're talking about SoundShield. So at this time, I'd love to welcome their president, good friend, John Schwartz. John, welcome to the show.
Hey, what's up, Ben? Thanks for having me on again. I was excited to talk about some stuff and what we got going on for the year, and just talk about one of our products, Rapid. So it's gonna be pretty cool. I definitely want people to see this and know what we have, and yeah, let's get into it.
All right, John. So you flashed it real quick. It's the Rapid product. You know, I'll tell you, this is one of those products when we look at your catalog that might be overlooked. And I think it's because many people don't even realize what its main purpose is and why it's so helpful. Because what I've seen when I'm talking to installers, guys that love it, I mean, they literally use it in every installation. And the other guys like, wait, what's that? So why don't we start with what exactly is Rapid and how does it differ from the other main offerings that you have in the catalog?
Yeah, man, definitely. So Rapid is let me backtrack a little bit. So, we always talk about made by installers for installers, and so this product is pretty cool. We're talking with Car Audio Fabrication on YouTube, a very popular channel. And anyway, I was watching him do an install, and the way we would do stuff, we were kind of laughing about how installers do stuff. Back in the day, you get a harness or something that rattles or something, so we'd use some carpet and electrical tape or something to try to shut it up. Anyway, so we kind of we're brainstorming, and we came up with Rapid. So Rapid is this is our material here, and comes in a cool tube, which is awesome. The nice thing about this is that you get two of these rolls. So basically, you get two rolls of this. It's closed cell acoustic foam, and it's 2 inches width and 15 feet long. So you get two of those. So again, the idea is that you're sound deadening a trunk and you're doing your thing and it looks beautiful and all that stuff's going good. And then you got these harnesses and stuff. So we said, well, let's use this foam. Now you can wrap it and then you can stick it, So the nice thing is you can wrap harnesses with it. I mean, literally 100 uses. If you're building an enclosure and you're doing an acrylic window, a lot of times all of us installers would use like 3M double stick tape to gasket the acrylic to the substrate. So now with this, you have a closed cell acoustic foam that you can put in there, trim to whatever width you need, and now you have a real true gasket that won't, fall apart or anything. If you're doing like an amp rack against the back seat, right, and you have the braces that are going across,
Right.
and you have your substrate going on, sometimes you get a lot of bass. That bass will go through the braces and go through the wood or whatever you have, and then make the amps vibrate a little bit. So now, literally, you take Rapid, this way, Rapid, and wrap those braces up, and then screw your substrate to it, or however you do a thread cert. And now you have like a little gasket between that, so that's going to help eliminate that.
Can I add something here real quick? Because
Please.
once in a while I want to show like I sort of know what I'm talking about. You know where
Mhm.
it'd be great for that, and I'm sure guys are already using it. You know
Mhm.
when we install a radio, and nowadays
Mm.
it's not just what you got to put in that Maestro unit or that pack unit.
Yeah.
Where do you put it? Like you tie wrap it down? Do you that right there would eliminate all
Yeah.
the rattle.
Yeah, no, you're right. So that's another huge thing. So behind the head unit, a lot of times, like again, old school guys like me will take a little bit of carpet, speaker carpet, a little bit of duct tape or
Mhm.
electrical tape, and wrap up the module so it's not doing it. But now you take Rapid and you literally put it on the corner of the module. You got a corner on the deck, and now it's foam against foam. Remote start. We do, obviously we're in Alaska, so we do a ton of remote starts. And underneath the dash, you zip tie and zip tie and zip tie something up there, but you still get this one little thing. So now you can use a little bit of Rapid and then put it right on the corners again.
So you're making me think here. So we've talked about physical locations that
Mhm.
hard materials touch each other, and of course that's not what we want because it makes rattles and noises. But
Right.
what about for acoustic benefit? Like let's say we're installing speakers in a door. Is there an application there?
Well, a great example I've had a lot of guys tell me was like, in the sail plates where you're putting a tweeter, right in front of your A pillar on the door. A lot of guys, they're fiberglass in it or they'll 3D print something. And, traditional sound treatment is pretty thick, even
Right.
the thin stuff's thick. And then what happens is you get a resonance, right? So I feel like in sound deadening, there's two types of things you're going for. If you look at most sound deadening stuff, it's to fight resonance, which is the buzzing. And then the other stuff is to actually get rid of road noise. And that's our specialty, I feel like, is a road noise because we're so focused on the foam. But we still want to be dense enough to be able to get rid of the resonance as well. So with the Rapid, the nice thing about it is it's so thin and small, but yet it has some density to it. So on those cell plates, you can put strips inside, and then that's going to help fight that resonance that you get from the tweeter buzz, and not maybe necessarily from the music, but just the mount.
Right.
Because it's not like these guys are screwing big old bolts in to hold these things, and most of the time they're still utilizing factory clips, and then this can help get rid of that buzz. So I've seen a lot of guys do that for that. You know, like when you're running your harnesses, like you have the whole interior out, you already sound deadened, and then you're running your harnesses, then you can use it as harness tape to hold everything down as
Oh,
well.
you mean actually wrap it like you would like a Tessa tape, kind of?
Well, not like that. I would say it's more like you have your harness, so you got your RCAs and everything coming from the front. You got your power wire coming down the side. You can literally, you'll have your run here, and you just go right across and hold it down. So that way, before you put the carpet on, all the harnesses are adhered to itself. So you're not necessarily wrapping the whole entire thing in
Right.
one loom, but you can just use strips to hold down like a loom that you might have already made.
Right.
So that's nice to, especially when you're doing big runs or you want to keep things super clean. And I always look at, because in my shop, what we like to do, we call it like a head to toe. So when we're doing a full head to toe sound treatment and stuff, at the end of it, after we get all the doors done inside and out, we got our contour rings on, the floor's all done, we got Rapid holding on all the harnesses, we call the customer. And we say, hey, hey, Ben, you need to come by the shop, man. We got phase one done. Once we put the carpet and everything back in, you're never going to see it again. So we want you to see this. So then the
Right.
guys they get excited. We may send them a picture, like a little teaser. They come down, and then this is a great time to show off your shop and like show your attention to detail. All the logos going one way, everything's nice and clean cut and all that stuff. And then they're like, wow, customers are paying for that time. And a lot
And they
of
never
times they
see it
don't.
again after you
Yeah,
close it up. Yeah.
and they don't know what they're seeing. But now you show them this, and now the shop's like, the customer's like, "Whoa, this is really nice." And then, okay, man, you're never going to see it. And I tell a lot of fabricators too. When we build these beautiful enclosures, we're guilty of it too. We'll spend a lot of time on these braces, routering, and just make this beautiful stuff on the inside. And then you put the lid on, you never see it again.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
we
It's a
yeah,
waste. Well,
yeah.
I
So we
want
try
to,
to
I
come.
want to, I want, for those of you just tuning in, you're getting some major pro tips here from John Schwartz and some of the secrets of the trade. Of course, he's talking about Rapid, which, sometimes is like that stepbrother that you might not notice, but we've come up with a lot of use cases here, John. And, to your point, you want to see some sick, and I mean sick installs when it comes to sound damping. Make sure you hit up their socials at SoundShield USA. They've got crazy builds on how to properly do the entire vehicle head to toe, like John said. I got a question for you though, John, before I let you go. We're
Yes,
talking
sir.
about all these different use cases for Rapid. We talked about wiring. We talked about putting devices like a Maestro behind a radio, any type of construction to hold amp racks. That's another application. Anywhere where two hard pieces are touching each other, this will eliminate, the resonance and the rattle. However, I noticed it's thin. So does that mean you have to like triple, quadruple when you're doing a bigger piece? I guess that's the only option right now.
Well, depending on the application of what you're trying to do, if it was something where you needed big coverage, obviously we would, most guys would resort back to other stuff. Now, in certain application things, like I said, it's a great gasket material and a great separator of things. So, we got something in the pipeline again as an installer. We think, how can we make this better? And collaborating with some other installers and just kind of laughing, at the lunch table and stuff. But at the Master Tech and CMA Expo, you know, I feel like we got something we can show that's going to be really useful, especially
Mm,
with automation. And I think that's one thing about SoundShield that we prided ourselves on is, we don't have 50 products and we don't have all this stuff because we're a real world shop, so we're building stuff that we use in our shop every day. So I don't want to overload people with, oh well, this product takes care of this sound, or this product takes care of this sound. We just try to hit as much as we can hit and keep it moving, because we got a lot of stuff to build into the car.
So here's the takeaway. SoundShield, always designed by installers for installers.
Mhm.
Rapid, if you haven't checked that out, maybe that's something you need in your toolbox. I think John is mentioning maybe a new product coming up. So if you're going to MasterTech Expo, or if you're going to CMA Expo, definitely pass by the SoundShield booth. Other than that, John, where can people stay in touch with SoundShield and know what's coming down the pipe?
Definitely our socials, SoundShield on Instagram, SoundShield on Facebook. We have TikTok. I'm still learning TikTok, so don't be too hard on me. But and of course our website, soundshieldUSA.com.
Are you looking to boost your sales team's performance? Is your sales team struggling to find parts quickly? Well, the 12-volt dashboard has you covered. We give you every solution to every car with just one search. From speaker sizes to ANC locations, we are your one-stop shop when you need information on what's going to fit in your customer's vehicle. Just scan the QR code or email us at tkolar@the12voltdashboard to sign up today. The 12-volt dashboard, your salesperson's favorite tool.
Well, believe it or not, the United States is celebrating their 250th year this year, and one car audio company has taken advantage of that to celebrate in its long history in the car audio industry. We bring on now the president of Memphis Audio, celebrating with a new line of limited gear. Nick LaMonaco, what can you tell us?
Hey, man, just like we celebrated our 60th year in business with car audio last year, we thought it'd be great to celebrate 250 years of the United States this year with some pretty cool limited edition stuff.
Well, let's talk about that real quick, because I remember last year when you guys brought out that blinged out, Mojo gear. I wasn't sure about it, because for me it was a little bit over the top, but I guess that was by design. But guess what? It didn't matter, because that stuff got eaten up. So no kidding. Of course, you come up with some limited edition gear again. So let's break that down. We just came back from a show in Las Vegas, and you guys launched not one, not two, but 3 separate items to celebrate 250 years of the United States. This time, though, instead of being Mojo gear, you've decided to go with the PRX lineup. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, we just launched it last week. The Mojo and PR are probably the 2 most well-known names that connect to Memphis. Everyone knows Memphis is Mojo, but then also PR, Power Reference. That's our everyday bread and butter SKU. You still have an awesome system, but that's more of what we sell every day. And so we thought it'd be cool to bring the limited edition product to just the everyday customer.
I think that's a great idea. I think a lot of people are going to connect with that. So let's first break down the very first item here that we saw. It's a subwoofer, this time in a 12-inch configuration in the PRX line. So talk to us a little bit about this limited edition 12-inch PRX sub.
Well, first of all, let's talk about the PRX sub in general. So this is going to also feature the Flex technology. So this subwoofer is going to be 1, 2, or 4 ohm.
Oh, wait, hold up. That's not the regular Flex. That's a triple Flex.
That's the new triple Flex that we just introduced in the PR line. So very awesome. The only subwoofer in the world that can be 3 impedances. And I challenge anyone to move the jumper and then go check the impedance on the amp side. And I promise you it'll be 1, 2, or 4 ohm, whatever you want it to be. So it is the most versatile sub in car audio. And this version is the newest version of the PR sub that's going to be 500 watts. So this is a 500 RMS PRX sub. They previously got a power increase from 300 to 400. Now we got from 400 to 500. So this sub is going to be awesome. But the biggest part about this sub is it's got a Stars and Stripes Memphis logo tooled into the dust cap. And then instead of just the regular Memphis logo on the right, it's going to have a Memphis with a red, white, and blue flag underneath it. So super, super cool. And obviously, it's going to come with LEDs, because
I was going to ask. I was going to ask the question.
Yeah, I knew you were going to ask, so I was like, let me just let you know ahead of time. Yes, it's the LED version of the PRX sub. So you can make them go red, white, and blue if you want, or any color you want. Sleek and looking awesome. Adding that 3 to 6 dB of output, no problem.
So just to summarize, limited edition PRX 12-inch subs featuring the triple Flex technology. So really, like Nick said, a very versatile piece on its own. And of course, it's got the LEDs. You can match whatever colors you want to the build that you're doing. And we'll get into the quantities in a bit. All right, so let's move to what I saw there. we had two separate amplifiers. Again, staying in the PR lineup, two separate amplifiers. So what's the breakout of these two amps?
Well, we wanted to be able to allow a customer to take this limited edition product and do a full setup in their trunk and then power their highs in the car. So we use the PRX 500.4 V2 and the PRX 1000.1 V2. So obviously the PRX 1000, perfect amount of power for two 500 watt subs if you want to do a 212 setup. But also with the configurable sub, you can do one as well by jumping the impedance over from 1 to 2 ohm, and the amp will still work perfectly fine for it. And then of course our 500 watt 4-channel to power the highs inside the car to give you your trunk a beautiful 250th look. And the amplifiers, same power as you're used to with the regular PRX versions of the amplifiers, but they of course have the black on black stars and stripes silk screen on the top that looks awesome. And the PRX amplifiers usually light up blue with the LEDs for that extra 3. Yeah. But we decided on this one, instead of blue on the bottom and white on the top, we did red on the top, white on the control cover, and then blue on the bottom. So it's red, white, and blue LEDs on the amplifiers.
Can I say something here, Nick? You know, I think introducing limited edition product is a little bit of a lost art form. I think if you do it right, like the way you guys do it, it causes excitement. And let's be honest, from a manufacturing standpoint, it's an investment. You got to retool, you got to add new features that aren't part of your regular run. But on the flip side of that, it causes excitement, something to talk about. And I think that brings a lot of value. So kudos to you guys and your team for continuing. Because I remember going back to like the Memphis Bell, and then of course the 60th anniversary stuff that you did. So I for one, as a fan of car audio, certainly appreciate the cool things like that. All right, so just a review. If you're just tuning in, this is Nick. We're talking Memphis Audio, celebrating 250 years of the US. They've come up with a limited edition 12-inch subwoofer in the PR lineup, as well as 2 amplifiers, a 4-channel and a monoblock. Nick, now I got to break it down because people are going to want to know, what kind of limited edition are we talking about? How many pieces will be available?
Well, we're doing 1,000 subs and 500 each of the amplifiers. And like you said, when it comes to limited edition stuff, you have to you got to plan ahead, and it's not the easiest to do. That's why both limited last year and limited this year, it costs a couple bucks more. But that's really just to cover the limited run of product. Like, you know, normally we're doing thousands and thousands and thousands of them, and either come out with the new product that sells over time. So we're doing that limited run. But on top of that, another reason why we're doing that specific limited run is because we are actually taking a portion of the proceeds and donating it to a U.S. military charity as well.
Amazing.
And quite honestly, in working with the charities, it makes more sense to have a fixed number, so that way we can tell them how much money we're going to donate. It just makes life a lot easier on that side as well. So, well,
I'll tell you what, I think you're checking the boxes for me. I'm sure you're checking the boxes for those tuning in. Last question I guess I have for you. We understand now what they are. We understand how many are available. When can people order, and where should people get more info?
Well, they're available to pre-order now. They're not quite on our website yet. We're hopefully get that up in the next month or so, because we really just soft launched them right now. But our goal is to really start getting these in the barn in May. So in May, in a couple months, is when this is supposed to be. Our goal is to get them here right in time for, you know, our 250th birthday on July 4th this year. So they'll be in stock and ready to go and ready to be, you know, show off those installs for our Independence Day. So it should be pretty awesome.
And where do people go to keep in touch and really make sure they're on this when it's available and they can order?
Of course, go to memphiscaraudio.com. All the information will be there. Follow us on the socials. As more information come up, we'll start posting some cool videos and stuff on there of the product, and to get people excited about our 250th birthday of the United States, and also some really cool PR stuff. We're really excited about it, and everyone that's seen it is also super excited about it. So it should be a hit and a fun hit, like you said. I'm very excited about limited edition stuff in general.
It's time now for the 12-volt dashboard fit guide update.
Hi, I'm David here with the 12-volt dashboard, here to give you your fit guide update. Today, I want to talk to you about the most inclusive speaker fit guide on the internet. That is the 12-volt dashboard. We give you speaker sizes, locations, mounting brackets that you need, and direct fit speakers, all in one quick search of the 12-volt dashboard. This is going to save a ton of time when you're trying to figure out complicated audio systems like in Porsches, BMWs, or even newer Mercedes-Benz. This is going to save you hours of research so you can look like the pro in front of your customer. If you have any questions or want any more information, go to the 12voltdashboard.com or email us at tkolar@the12voltdashboard.com. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time on the next 12-volt dashboard Fit Guide update.
All right, so obviously everybody knows that the motorcycle audio market continues to flourish. And listen, we got to talk about Boss Elite getting into this market with a brand new source unit. Now, some of you might recall, I've had our good friend Colin Ross from Boss Elite talk about this unit, but that was a while ago. But guess what? It's really close to being here, so we thought it'd be a great opportunity to kind of reacquaint ourselves with this cool new unit. Now, this is probably the most advanced unit so far you guys have ever come up with for motorcycle audio, am I right?
Of course. It's got to be, because it's got to fit every time. It's got to be a perfect fit every time. So this is for the 2014 to 23 road, street, and electric glide.
Okay, lots of application right there. All right, so let's start with the basics. You know, what everybody wants to know are some of the key features, and I can see right away from the menu here, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So what are we talking about there?
So you got wireless and wired.
Oh, so both options?
Of course.
Okay, it's both options.
We couldn't go anywhere otherwise.
Okay, so right out of the gate, guys, if you want a solution to having on your motorcycle that Apple CarPlay, Android Auto experience, this unit has it. Let's talk a little bit about other sources, because I noticed a very important logo down here, SiriusXM.
Of course.
SiriusXM connectivity, Bluetooth connectivity, of course. Now, let's talk a little bit about the installation side of things and the interfacing. Okay. What can this unit do and how will it connect to your motorcycle?
Plug and play.
Plug and play, completely.
3 words, plug and play.
So tell me about that a little bit so people understand.
So it's direct replacement, no drilling, no cutting. You're not going to ruin your bike. It's going to fit right in.
So there's no modifications at all necessary?
Not at all.
What about things like Maestro? Does that play any into effect here?
Of course, yeah. We had to have Maestro in this, and it is built in. The RR is built right into the unit. So all you do is you go to the website, register, and it's ready to go. You don't have to buy any extra equipment.
Wait, hold on. I just understood what you just said. Are you saying that the Maestro unit is built into the radio?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a game changer, guys. So obviously you don't have to go and purchase a separate interface unit. Everything you need, basically is what you're saying, is in the box.
Exactly.
And that'll retain all the features from the factory right out of the gate.
Right, and again, if you're going to your customers and telling them that you need to buy this accessory, you need to buy this, you need to buy this, if it's already built in there, they're going to love it.
Okay, so when it comes to motorcycle audio, something I've learned is there's some particular things you need to be thinking about. For example, weather.
Right.
What are we talking about as far as this unit is concerned?
IPX rating for the face and the chassis itself. So yeah, it's got to withstand all the weather, all the dust, all the rain, of course.
Did you give any thought to, motorcycle riders? They wear gloves.
Yep.
Now, how does that affect?
It'll perfectly work with the gloves. So the touchscreen, every time with gloves.
So I can do everything I need to do, and I notice the buttons are really big, so you can't really miss them.
Yes.
Right there, slide over, all with your gloves on.
Yep.
Are there any other features I may have missed that people really want to know about?
Sure. So we, with the success of the car head unit line, we also gave this quick access to your EQs, to your balance, crossovers, and timeline it.
Oh, so it's basic DSP in here.
All built in. Just like the car head units, we're giving it to you in your motorcycle.
Now, is this unit designed to basically replace the original? It'll play fine off the factory speakers.
Yep.
But of course, this is built to also build on that system, isn't it?
Correct. So for regular Boss, we have the amp and the speakers. So we got the front speakers and the rear speakers. Our amp attaches right on top
very slick.
And fits perfectly into every single fairing.
All right. What is the model number here? It's a long model number, but I'll say it so you guys have it. It is the BE920WCPA.HD. All this to say, this is a 7-inch double din Harley Davidson radio. I have the big question because we've already talked about this. It's exciting that I'm actually touching it. I see what it's all about. When is this puppy available?
Probably when you air this, it's going to be pretty much here.
All right, so there you go, guys. Where should people go get more info to get on the line, or get their order in, or for that matter, get more info on the details?
You get more info at bosselite.com, but for sure reach out to your sales rep or our sales team to get your order in today.
CE Outlook is dedicated to keeping the car audio and electronics industry informed on the latest issues, trends, and product releases. New feature stories posted daily. Visit ceoutlook.com for the latest industry news.
Hey guys, what's going on? Ben Wu here from CMA. We're here at the NEMESIS audio booth. Now, if you guys haven't heard about NEMESIS, these guys have been making a ruckus, whole new line. I'm talking top to bottom, speaker subs, amps, and everything in between. Joining me now is Shane Brockway. Shane, thank you for joining me today. Listen, we're here at the amp rack. There's so many different amplifiers, but today we're going to focus on a new product that's being launched at this event, and it's called the FRM series, but really what it is, it's a line of small footprint amplifiers with some pretty unique features. So the first thing I'm going to ask you, what are some of the key things that you really want people to know about this new FRM line?
For one, everything in the line has the voltmeters and the very small compact size, which is real important for today's installs.
I'll tell you what, space is a premium. You want the power, you want the channels. Let's be honest, sometimes the partner doesn't want us to give up all that space. So this is a great solution. Now, NEMESIS Audio is known to put out power. So in your opinion, Shane, although these might be small, are they mighty?
Yeah, this particular one will give you 1200 watts RMS at 1 ohm.
So RMS, see, sometimes it's confusing, right? You're shopping for amplifiers, you see all kind of watt ratings. So explain to me what that means when it says RMS.
Well, the RMS is going to be more of the true power that the subs are receiving, not some max crazy number.
So it's a realistic number.
Correct.
I'm going to circle back to a very unique point. Now, here on CMA, we cover all kinds of amplifiers, but what Shane said here is probably one of the first times I've seen. So what is the advantage of having a readout here on the amplifier?
Well, this is showing you the actual voltage that the amp is receiving from the battery to make sure it's not, you don't want it dropping to 10 volts and your light blinking and all that.
And that's dangerous for the sound system.
Correct.
Correct. So at all times, you'll be able to monitor the exact amount of power that amplifier is outputting at that moment. So that's a key feature. Now, if you don't mind, we'll get you close-ups on this, guys, but beautiful terminals. You got all your adjustability when it comes to the crossovers. You've got nice, plated connectors. And guys, I gotta tell you, it's hard for me to express this other than the fact that this little piece of equipment is absolutely, it's robust. This is heavy for what it is.
Yes.
All right, so real quick, this is the new FRM line. Talk to me about the different models or the lineup that we have.
All right, we're gonna have 3 different 4-channel models. All of them do include the voltmeter and the NEMESIS logo will light up blue. And then we have 3 monoblock models, which include a volume bass knob that has the voltmeter as well, as long as with a power and a clip light.
So hold up. This is, as you know, most monoblock amplifiers do come with, a remote control type of controller.
Correct.
But you're saying there's a display that mimics, basically it's a duplicate display.
Yes, so you'll be able to see your voltage in the front and the rear.
Amazing. All right, guys, so this is NEMESIS Audio. We're talking about the new FRM line of amplifiers, as Shane has just mentioned. 6 different models, 3 monos, 3 other multi-channels. Comes with the bass knob if you're looking at the mono model. Unique feature here, the readout of the power. When are these available?
Now. They are available now.
Well, there you go. Available right now. Where should people go get more info?
NEMESISaudio.com.
Thank you very much, Shane. Hey, what's up, guys? Ben Wu here from CMA. Joining me again is Shane Brockway from NEMESIS. Now, this time we're talking marine audio, Shane. NEMESIS is a broad line of audio, not just car audio. If you have a boat or a power sports, they've got solutions for you as well. Now, you will notice behind me, we have the 8-inch tower speakers. These have been available for quite some time.
Yes.
They're also available in the 6.5 inch as well.
Correct.
But what you're holding is brand new. So what is it that you have in your hand?
This is our new 12-inch model.
12-inch model. This thing is huge and it is heavy, so I'm happy that Shane's holding it. So let's go through some of the main features of these Wake Tower speakers. What can you tell us?
Well, the first thing you'll notice is the rotating clamp on the top.
Okay, so these are pivotable. You can angle them the way that you want.
Which is definitely necessary for one this big.
Exactly. You want to have as much adjustability as possible to maximize how you're going to install these into whatever vehicle you're going in. Now, what about lighting? Do we also have the RGB lighting?
Yes, it has RGB lighting both on the front and on the rear.
Ah, very nice. Now,
with the NEMESIS logo.
With the NEMESIS logo, so I want to make sure you see that. There's a nice NEMESIS logo embossed right on the side, on both sides. No, just on, no, absolutely on both sides.
Yeah, on both sides, yes.
Okay, now when it comes to power, what are we talking about here?
These will give you 300 watts RMS each.
So 300 watts. Now something to take note of, these are not active. These are actually passive speakers, so you do need to run some power to them, but don't be shy on the power, guys. 300 watts is what they're looking for.
RMS, yes.
RMS, okay. Last but not least, color options. What are we talking about?
These currently only come in black.
In black, okay. So if you're looking for an option to hype up your ride, whether it's a power sport, maybe it's a boat, you got a 6.5-inch option, an 8-inch option, and now the brand new 12-inch option. One thing I want to mention, if you're looking for that adjustability, the 6.5s do not rotate. So make sure you choose either the 8s or the 12, RGB lighting. It comes with the clamps, everything you need. Hook up some power to it. Don't be shy with the power. You'll have yourself a party on the water or maybe on the sand. Where should people go get more info?
For more information on these, go to nemesisaudio.com.
There's an incredibly strong network of distributors across Canada, and today we're here at CMA Expo to speak with them and get a sense of how they feel about their partnership with SiriusXM.
SiriusXM helps connect our industry because we are reproducing music. We are delivering content in a different way. We deliver hard parts to consumer. They deliver us the content on those hard parts.
It's a great add-on for the head unit sale, and it's pretty much just a natural addition now to offer it to the customer after they purchase a new head unit for their car.
As a distributor of SiriusXM, we all benefit. As partners, they offer and bring to the table the love of music. We're all in this industry because ultimately we love music.
They've been a great partner, and they've actually created a lot of excitement again in the industry.
It really brings the whole industry together, and it's music-based. It's great. You know, that's what we do. We sell music. They provide content that's fabulous.
And that's a wrap on this week's edition of CMA Live All Access, presented by SiriusXM and powered by the 12-volt dashboard. Make sure to check out all our videos found at cmanetworks.com. I'm your host, Ben Wu. Until next time, we connect.
There's never been a better time to have SiriusXM with over 150 channels in your vehicle. Your Platinum Plan offer includes more than ever before to enjoy online, on your phone, or at home. Create your own ad-free personalized stations powered by Pandora. Hear ad-free extra channels and enjoy favorite shows with SiriusXM